up, all you Kevins? I have a 93 Cobra R. This is not a Cobra, this is a Cobra R. One of only 107. That's what you're going to see in the video today.
The 93 Cobra R used the same motor transmission as the regular 93 Cobras. Nothing different in it, but they did do a few things. They added the strut tire brakes from the factory, double adjustable yellow conies front and back, and they installed a degas system, which is what this is, and you'll find it on all three Rs, 93, 95, and 2000, and they even put it on the Ford Pro V6 and some of the diesel trucks. So when you're on a racetrack going as fast as you can, you build up a lot of heat, and that heat with the coolant on the outside of the cylinders forms bubbles, and they collect. They can hurt you as far as cooling. So this is the high point of the cooling system, and it gets rid of all those bubbles so that you have as good a flow of coolant that keeps the engine cool. They're all built exactly alike, same
That's
equipment.
what I thought.
It also came with a 3-row radiator.
Yeah, just like my SSC.
Right.
And yours.
But a 93 Cobra doesn't have a 3-row radiator.
Right.
So, and then the strut tire brace. Now, also on the front of the car, you'll see that it has a fog light bumper, but it has a power steering cooler there for the power steering. Likewise, when you're going down a racetrack, the power steering fluid heats up and it can burn. So that was the only difference in the front, other than the suspension, like I talked about. And one interesting thing is, of course, these wheels came for the 94. They're 5-lug, and they used the SN95 spindles. And they bought Girling brakes. Better shots on the other side. They bought Girling brakes to stop the bigger rotors, since we had a 17-inch wheel. Now on the factory cars, you'll see the paint markings that shows that everything's been torqued, and on the wheels you'll see the pink markings also showing that the lug nuts were torqued. While we're here, you can see there's no radio antenna, delete plate, and there's also no fender well in the front of the 93R. Anything save weight. They use the LX seats, and no radio. You got a block-off plate, no air conditioning, manual windows, and no back seat. Again, no insulation in the floor to save all the weight they can, and I didn't point it out, but also no hood insulator on the hood.
No more adjusted to the lane.
Again, Lance, you look at the back seat, no seats, just carpet only. And again, no insulation. So yesterday when I drove the dyno, first of all I burned up because he's coming up with the asphalt, and you can hear that differential the whole time you're driving because there's no insulation back there like there is in a regular Foxbody. It's relatively quiet. You can hear every rock, every pavement crack, anything that you drive on, you're going to hear it in that car. It's just an open shell is all it is. And of course, they built 107 of these, and the story is that Ford required that you have an SCCA license to buy 1 or 100, and they sold out in one day, and a Ford dealer up in Denver, Colorado sent in the form with a check for 7 of them. After Ford had processed all the orders, they realized, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here, that they had sold 107, and supposedly they called that dealer and said, well, we can't honor the contract because we're only going to build 100. And he said, well, you took my money, so it's a contract, so I want my 7 cars. And supposedly he took them to court and won, and they had to go back and build 101 through 107.
That is a cool story right there.
You can Google it, but that's basically what happened.
And yours is what?
39.
Number 39.
Yeah.
And how long have you owned it, Ben?
About 6 years. It had,
gorgeous car.
thank you, it had about 37,000 miles on it when I got it, and it's got 41 now. And the story on the car, I have a good friend that lives down in Texas. He deals in cars. He has a Bubble 93R still to this day, and he had this car just to drive. And he knew I wanted one, and he said, I need to sell it, you want to buy it? And I said, yeah. So that's also hence the reason I got this shirt. You see the shirt says, I promise this is my last car. But then on the back, Now, I got this from my wife. Fingers crossed. So anyway, she's a good sport. Hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have any of these cars.
Oh, I love it, man.
Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe. 90% of you guys that watch these videos don't subscribe, so make sure you subscribe to the channel.